Hello there, and welcome back to a new episode of Krenia. Today, we are only 1 week away from the end of this escape room event. We only have 1 week left. At least when the video goes out, I will have only 1 week left. But I think I will be able to get done even before this video ends. At least with all the mechanics and all the stuff that you actually need. The interior might be a little bit more difficult, but we'll have to see about that. But I'm actually quite confident that I'll be able to make it, so let's start by going down into, the main room. And here we go. And this room you already know. I've decorated it a little bit. And also this one over here, but there hasn't changed anything yet. So we're going to change that today. I mean, for you today in this episode. For me, it's in the course of about 1 week, but we are going to transform this in a beautiful treasure room, and there's also going to be the main riddles down here. So, first of all, we're gonna have to dig out the room for the riddles, and of course also the part where the item will be. And here we have a second room in the big room. So, the floor will still change, of course, and all the detail, and there will be the riddles inside of here, of course, as well. And I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you what the riddles are and how to solve them yet. I will show you when the event is done. I will completely show you what you need to do. It's not that difficult, but you'll have to find those clues and all the stuff. And yeah, so we have this room, we have this thing, we're gonna have the item smack bang in the middle of here, somewhere in a barrel, and yeah, you know what, let me put in a little bit more detail and then we can start doing the redstone, which will be a pain, but I have to go through that. Honestly, actually, I think it's gonna be manageable if I do it bit by bit, and I should have enough time to do it. So, if everything goes well, I should be 100% fine. And yeah, let's decorate this a little bit more and put in all the details that at least don't spoil anything and don't reveal any secrets that aren't to be revealed. This is probably going to be the last update of these rooms down here, because once I've done the redstone, that's a little close, but yeah, once I did the redstone, I will no longer show you what is inside of here, because then it would be a little bit of a spoiler, and if anybody on Krenia is looking, they might get spoiled, and they might also see what the riddles are and how to solve them. So I'm not going to show that, but yeah. Anyways, this is the room. And yeah, right in there is my item, like my items that you need to find. So if you get to that barrel, you are done and just have to get out again. But yeah, down here, well, up here actually, there is a couple of bookshelves to make it seem a little bit more interesting and stuff like that. But yeah, and those are the rooms, and now I basically only need to do the redstone, and then we can move on to the next parts. And with the next parts, I mean, of course, doing some stuff upstairs and even more on the community district. So you know what, I'm just gonna do the redstone, put in a couple of things, put in the riddles, and then we are ready to go upstairs. And yeah, as I've just said, we can do a little bit on the community district and then of course the interior of all of our houses. So let me quickly do that and we'll see each other up there. Now that everything down there is basically 100% done, we only need to fill in the houses up here a little bit, just decorate them inside and build a ship over at the beach all the way over there. Vinny did a great job at building a nice little beach and a nice little cove, and we are going to plop a boat or a ship right here. we're gonna pop it in, and the idea is to make it crashed, like it just crashed into the sand, into the beach right here. We're gonna build that in a time-lapse real quick. Let's not waste any time, and let's simply start the time-lapse. There are good news and there are bad news. The good news, obviously, is that the ship looks pretty good. It looks quite good, has a nice shape, and it technically fits in quite well. Now, onto the bad news. I built this entire thing one block too high. Don't really know how that happened, but yeah, technically it wouldn't make that much of a difference. But look at it, it's only one block in the water, which basically doesn't make sense at all. So I think I'm gonna have to actually rebuild it. But the good thing is that now I have all the blocks and everything like already in the boat, so I don't have to collect everything again, and don't really have to look if I have enough of some things. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to make another time-lapse of me taking down that ship and putting it up again. Okay, let me take that away. So yeah, we are going to rip that thing out, block for block, and paste it in, and build it one block lower again. Which is kind of embarrassing that it happened in the first place, but I think we're gonna have to do it. Yeah, so, you know what, second time-lapse of the day of the exact same ship. Let's build this once again. Okay then, this looks a lot better. This works better, this makes more sense, and it makes the ship look a little bit less high, a little less stretched up. So yeah, I've added a couple of details, like the sand that has been pushed by the ship while crashing, and then a couple of bells because they just fit, and in the template that I used there also were some, so I thought they did look good in the templates, so I used them as well. Yeah, some carpets to make it look a little bit more colorful and a little bit more, yeah, filled. Then interior here, just a couple of barrels and stuff like that, just something to fill the room. So yeah, this is the ship that we didn't really need, but this ship represents Berzog's district. Because he, as you can see, has a ship himself, and that ship is Berzog's. That ship here represents Berzog. Those houses represent me, my city. The temple over there represents Levi with his jungle-themed base, no, not base, district. And then there's this end island that is supposed to represent Schattenwolf's or by now I think his name is Waldprinz. So yeah, this represents his jump and run. And then this bit with the forest and stuff like that, there's going to be a thicker forest over there, which is representing, first of all, Vinny's district, and then also Alex's. So yeah, this community district features something of everybody's districts all together in one, and yeah, I think we are basically done with that in here, so let's move on to finishing our own, because as you know, as I've said before, the redstone is 100% complete, and now we only need to fill in the rooms and the houses and make them look a little bit less empty. So without further ado, let's do a couple of them. I'm not going to be able to do all of them, but about half of them should be possible. So let's basically fill up a couple of houses, shall we? And now we have our houses a little bit decorated inside, but as I said, not all of them, because I don't have the time to do that right now. I'm gonna try to make that in this coming week, but I do have about half of them done. So yeah, we're only gonna have to put those in, and then we're completely done with this escape room. And after that, we will of course play it in an episode. But yeah, I'm quite proud of how this turned out so far, and I think it's going to be quite a lot of fun to play. At least I hope so, because I'm not 100% sure if the people will find all the clues and how to solve the riddles, but hopefully I will have put enough things and little hints in there so that they can find everything they need. But yeah, I'm gonna do the interior of the rest of the houses off cam. I'm gonna do that yeah, in my free time, and I think now the thing that we need to do next is to move on with our own base, because as you might remember, I wanted to do a little bit of a, let's say, mountain. I wanted to build a mountain range that is a little bit small. Just ignore that enormous black silo. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna have to take care of that eventually. But yeah, the mountain. If you look at it, it didn't get much bigger since the last time, because yeah, time is running a little short for me at the moment. But I think we can do a little bit of that. If the time is too short in general, we might have to just make it a tiny little cliff that is... 1 second, I'll try to get up here. Yeah, that is only this high, but hopefully I will be able to do even more, like another cliff that goes up even higher. And the plan is, as you might remember, that there is this river that actually connects up to this mountain range and comes out of it as a source. But yeah, that is just the plan, not necessarily what we're going to be able to do in reality, so we're actually gonna have to look at how far we can get. But yeah, this is it for this episode. I think we did manage to do quite a couple of things here, especially the escape room, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna do the interior of the houses, and I'm gonna try to start building a little bit more on our mountain, on our cliff, on our beautiful little mountain plan. So before that zombie reaches me, of course, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next video. So with that, goodbye for now. I might actually need to fight back, because otherwise I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm out. See ya.